welcome to Peculiar Happenings. I'm Shelby.
And I am Lee.
We still don't have a set intro.
We don't. I guess it's just welcome to Peculiar Happenings.
And then it's like, here's our names. Where if you've been listening, you probably know our names.
You probably know us. Or you can check out our Instagram.
Yeah.
Which is Peculiar Happenings _ podcast.
That's crazy.
You get some information about us.
Mm-hmm. Yes. We'll probably be posting more on it because we're about to go on winter break. So there will be no new episodes for a month.
Yeah,
which is
but
crazy.
We're going to try to be making some content on the Instagram. Also, just a preface. Oh, that was my alarm. Sorry.
It's okay.
Just a preface. I think Shelby and I are both very tired today.
Yes.
So we are going to try our best, but at least we have a nice lighthearted episode.
Yeah, we're not
planned out.
Yeah, we're not doing like any serious analysis or discussion.
Mm-mm.
Well, I mean, I guess it could get serious. We're just doing.
We could.
This is our holiday special. Welcome to the Peculiar Happenings.
Happy holidays for whatever you
I almost
celebrate.
said the Stranger Things holiday special. We're not the actual show Stranger Things, guys. That would be a little wild.
We are in our hearts.
In our hearts.
What are you talking about?
Yeah.
Deep down, we are.
Deep down. So
deep down.
Like we said, we've got our little paper here, and it does say this is the final episode of the semester.
Yes, it is.
And I guess technically the end of season 1 of Peculiar Happenings. Are we quantifying it by a season? It would make sense if we do it by a semester basis, honestly.
Yeah. So I guess this is season 1.
Wow.
I mean, I was feeling like that was kind of the vibe it was, but at the same time, it's like that's kind of sad to think like season 1 done.
That would honestly work really well because for the first season we talked about all sort of like the teenage age characters, like the young adult characters, and then second season we could do like some more of the adult characters. We could talk about the original group. This is fun.
Yeah.
Ignore the fact that I'm dying. I'm recovering from a cold.
Yeah, it's that time of year. We're all exhausted. Our immune systems are down. Makes sense that we're tired.
Yeah.
I am eternally tired.
Yeah, real. I've actually gotten most of my papers written by now. I've gotten like 3 out of 5. I don't know. I've had more than that, but I've been working on them throughout the week, so that's fine.
Yeah, I have 2, and then stuff kept coming up for me where it was like I put it off a little bit. It's not that I'm behind. It's just like I'm finishing things up.
Yeah.
And I haven't had time to kind of study for other things that I wanted to.
Yeah.
I have the weekend, but I'm just so tired. And then I have multiple events going on tomorrow as well that I have to be.
What's happening tomorrow?
Up and at it. What do I have? I think tomorrow Gab wants to go see this movie. It's the new Studio Ghibli movie that's coming out.
Oh, what is it?
It's like The Boy and the Heron or something like that.
Oh, I think I've seen some trailers for that.
Yeah.
Where are you guys seeing it? Are they playing it at the movie theater in town?
Yep, in the local theater. So we might be seeing that tomorrow or Saturday. So we might be going at like 4 o'clock tomorrow-ish. So if that, which is enjoyable. But then right afterwards when we get back, my hall has been doing a Falalala days. So every day of the week we do a different holiday. We did Monday, we put candy cans on people's doors. Tuesday, we did a Kwanzaa word search. And if you do it and bring it back down to the RA, you would get like a little container of slime or like kinetic sand or something like that. Yeah, a little thing. Today, we did Hanukkah.
The chocolate coins. Hence the chocolate
What did we do yesterday? Oh, yesterday we did Mexican hot chocolate.
Ooh,
yeah, it was really good.
Really good.
It was really good. They're like these like chocolate cookies you melt into the milk and condensed milk as well, and you mix it. And you even do these cookies that you like they're like sweet cracker cookies, and you break them up into really tiny pieces and put them in, and it like dissolves. It's like very nice. It was very good.
That sounds really nice. I really want hot chocolate now.
Yeah, it's really good. Today we did Hanukkah and dreidels and latkes, and tomorrow is like a little kind of holiday dance, sort of. It's not really a dance. I think that we're watching a movie.
Ooh, what movie?
And you can, I don't know, to be completely honest.
I think someone in my hall tonight is doing a movie with hot chocolate, and there's a screening of The Help, and then I think tomorrow is Polar Express and more hot chocolate.
More hot chocolate. We're doing root beer floats.
Oh my God.
Yeah, if you want to come get some root beer floats,
that's so nice.
You're welcome to come join.
What time?
7.
I might have to stop by and steal a root beer float.
You might have to. You can
if
just
anyone
come
asks, I'm the secret third
one and
roommate.
go.
I sleep under your bed.
No,
I
your
slip under your
guests
bed,
are
yeah.
allowed outside of the hall, so don't you worry. Don't you
Ooh.
worry. And
That
then
sounds so good. I really want to be Flynn. This is wonderful.
right after that, my friend Juliet Stark is doing her last show of the
Oh.
season at BJ's this weekend at 11 o'clock at
Ooh.
night. Kind of late, but it is the last show. She would muchly appreciate if you came and supported. I got a plug for the real ones, you know.
This is so true.
I will be there.
I saw
so.
Juliet Stark last Halloween. Very good.
Really?
Very entertaining. Yeah, because
Oh,
she was on
yeah.
the campus show.
Oh,
She
yeah,
was on campus.
Yeah. I got to see her on campus. That's how I first met her.
Mm-hmm.
And then I met Ronnie.
Mm-hmm.
And they're one of like my closest friends in the hall, like in McGinnis. Really good person. But yeah, I'm going to see her tomorrow night. So I won't be getting back to my dorm until probably 2 or 3 a.m.
Oh, that's a late night.
I'm gonna
asleep.
cry. I would love to be asleep, but I also would love to support my friend. And
you don't have to stay the whole time. You could always go for
exactly.
a little and then be like, this show has been so real and entertaining and wonderful.
Yes.
I'm about to pass out. I must depart for the evening.
I do feel like I'm about to pass out from exhaustion right now.
Oh,
but
no.
this morning I forgot to set my alarm, and that's not like me at all.
Ooh.
And luckily, Gab and I have class at the same time, so her alarm went off, and she woke me up about 20 minutes after because I fell back asleep. And I almost fell asleep standing up in the shower.
Dude.
It was really bad.
You when we're done tonight, you gotta like go straight to bed.
That's what I was thinking
I might also
about.
do the same thing because I'm really tired.
Yeah.
Straight to bed for you. But do you want to get into the content of the episode?
Yes, we can.
So we've just got some sort of random, silly, goofy stuff. Which do you want to start with? I kind of want to start with this one.
Yeah, we can start with the holiday.
Let's start with the two things we've got written on our sheet are what would we get each character for Christmas and we've assigned each character a type of Christmas cookie and or dessert. And I really like our list. I had a lot of fun coming up with this yesterday, honestly.
It was really fun. Because
it was so fun.
Because some of them don't really have rhyme or reason.
Oh, absolutely not.
I don't think any of them do, but they just make sense.
To be fair, I think Max's gingerbread makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, that's
I feel like if it's because she's ginger.
That is true.
But also gingerbread sort of has like spicy, strong flavor, and I feel like that fits very well for Max.
I feel
Max
like it's an acquired taste too.
Yes.
Like some people might be like, "Oh, I don't like Max,"
I love gingerbread.
But other people love her, and I love her.
Oh, I thought you were talking about gingerbread. I love gingerbread.
Oh no, I love gingerbread. But it's the same. It's the same. Like some people like it, some people don't.
So some of these are like serious answers. Like we've got Max's gingerbread.
Mm-hmm.
Mike is a silly one. We said Mike is a fruitcake. Because nobody likes it.
Nobody
likes it.
And he's also in denial.
Yeah. It's a little fruity. Nobody likes it.
Nope.
What even is fruitcake?
I don't even know. I think it's like a thick bread.
Yeah, I think it's like
chunks
of thick bread. Not like real fruit chunks. It's like candied fruit chunks.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like the lemon or
like the
cherry bits
like
and
really
stuff like
artificial
that.
Cherry.
I've never had it, to be completely honest.
Me neither.
I think it's a very even more so of an acquired taste than gingerbread is.
Oh, absolutely. It shouldn't even be called cake, I think.
No, I don't think so either.
It's sad fruit bread, not fruit cake.
It is.
You say fruit cake, and I'm like, oh, so it's like a nice moist cake that has fruit in it. It's
like
frosting, and you're like, no.
No, it's like a dense bread.
It's a dense, sad bread.
It is a dense, sad bread, just like Mike.
Dustin, we said was okay. I'm gonna read to here, I think, and then I'll have you read the rest because I don't want to read all these. I just realized that I was about to get going. So, Dustin, we said was sort of a lemon shortbread cookie, and I don't know how common it is. I was just thinking of all the things we usually have for Christmas cookies.
Mm-hmm.
We have these sort of it's like lemon shortbread cookies. They're small, they're like round, and they've got like a lemon glaze on top. And I feel like that fits Dustin. Either that, I don't know the name of this cookie. It's like a butterscotch cookie, but with noodles.
With noodles?
Yeah, but no, it's I need to search it up. It's like with chow mein noodles or something.
Interesting.
My grandma makes it, and it's better than it sounds. I promise.
You want to know what I was thinking of?
Mm-hmm.
I was thinking he also gives me the energy of those drop cookies where it's like you cook it and then you put like the Hershey Kiss on top. For some reason, I feel like that gives Dustin a little bit.
You know
for
what?
no reason.
No, that's so weird. They're okay. So apparently they're just called like butterscotch clusters or butterscotch haystacks.
Interesting.
But yeah, that's kind of. I think that also fits. I feel like
it's like his hair because his hair is very like curly, condensed.
It's just kind of wavy and butterscotchy. And then
he would definitely be like butterscotch flavored.
Yeah. So retcon. Do we want to keep lemon or are we thinking butterscotch for Dustin? Hard decisions. Let's
We could
flip
always
a coin.
flip a coin.
Because we have chocolate coins that Lee has so
Yes.
graciously given some of. So the
'Cause I was
side with
playing
the
dreidel.
menorah is
Yes.
butterscotch, and the
Butterscotch.
side with the dreidel is
Sounds good.
lemon. How do I flip a chocolate coin?
I feel
I'm
like
just gonna
a normal
spin
coin.
it.
You could, yeah, that's good.
It's the dreidel. I forgot.
I forgot which one it was too. wait, you should do it again.
Okay.
Wait, I think it was lemon. Was it lemon? Because you said
No, I think I said was lemon the menorah.
I don't
I don't remember. Let's just keep it as lemon. This is getting too complicated. We're moving on. We're moving
We're
on.
too
We're
tired
spending
for
too much
this.
time on this. Will, we said, was just a classic chocolate chip. I
Oh,
feel
yeah.
like that fits really well.
He's very
Just
classic.
classic, liked by everyone.
Exactly.
You
I feel
know?
like he's relatable. He's
Mhm.
relatable in his sadness.
Yes, exactly. Real. And then Robin and Steve, we did them together, of course, because they cannot be
Yes.
separated. Like we said, Chips Ahoy, like holiday themed, because Chips Ahoy, because like Scoops Ahoy.
Mhm,
And
mhm.
I think that was very clever of us.
And you would definitely get like a giant pack of them.
Yes, it's like a family pack.
Yeah, it's
like
not
a
a
family
it's
pack.
not a it's not a snack pack. You get the
Mhm.
full pack with this
Yo,
deal.
sir, you get the family pack. You get
And you eat all of it
sharing
in one
size.
sitting.
Exactly. And then who else? I'm stealing the paper. I'm so
Yeah,
sorry.
You got this.
Oh yes. So we said Lucas was peanut butter fudge.
Oh, for sure.
I feel like that fits very well. I don't know why we both gravitated towards some sort of peanut butter cookie for
Yeah.
Lucas.
He
And I
just
feel
feels
like
peanut
it
butter
works.
vibes.
Because I feel like peanut butter really brings a lot of things together, and I feel like
Really does.
Lucas
It's the
brings
glue.
a lot yeah, he's the glue.
You wouldn't just have a
He's the
jelly
glue.
sandwich,
Nuh-uh. It's peanut butter and jelly.
but some people just have peanut butter.
I honestly I have peanut butter sandwiches sometimes, but I do prefer peanut butter and jelly.
That's so real. I've had a peanut butter sandwich, but I feel like you can have peanut butter on its own, but there's a lot of things that you would that you would eat with peanut butter that you also don't eat alone.
Mhm.
So like it's either peanut butter or peanut butter and this.
Yes,
So
exactly.
it makes sense.
Peanut butter and chocolate. I also feel like jelly adds some nice moisture
Yeah, it does.
to
It really does.
PB&J because I feel like the bread can be kind of dry and the peanut butter can be kind of dense, but you got
Yeah.
it balances out.
Yeah,
We're just talking
you
about
kinda have to,
sandwiches
like,
now.
You gotta like smack your lips.
Mm-hmm.
I won't do it because I feel like that would sound really bad,
It'd
like
probably
on the
sound really bad.
recording, and it would probably overstimulate some people. Like I know it'd kind of like,
Yeah,
you know.
real. I know exactly what you're talking about. And then we said L would be like, I said an applesauce cookie. I don't know if you've had an applesauce cookie. Again, it's something
I
my
don't
grandma
think-
makes for Christmas.
I don't think I have, but I think I've had like an applesauce like cake, which is probably very similar. You know what I
This
mean?
is true. Yeah. It's just like a cookie. It has applesauce in it. It has like some raisins.
That makes sense. It makes sense.
It's like a distant cousin of an oatmeal cookie.
or even just applesauce. Like I just
Elle's
say
just applesauce.
Just applesauce.
But now, are we talking like some Mott's applesauce or like the homemade really good applesauce?
homemade. I feel like she wouldn't just be like store bought. You know what I mean?
No, that's so real. I do agree with this. And then the last one for the section I'm reading off, we said Eddie would be like a Buckeye, some more peanut butter. It's like the little peanut butter balls that are covered in chocolate.
Mm-hmm.
I forget how we settled on that, but I feel like that works. Either
I think
that,
it was like because it was like no bake kind of,
yes.
and it was just like easier.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
I feel like Eddie's either
Universal.
that or like a hard cinnamon candy.
Yeah, that's
like,
valid.
Like the kind that grandmas always have in their dishes.
Yeah.
I feel like that also fits Eddie.
Mhm.
but
Or
I-
even like
I
a
like
peppermint for some
Oh,
reason.
Peppermint. I love peppermints.
So good. So good.
I'll pass the paper to you. It's your turn, Jenny.
It is my turn.
It's your turn.
All right. So the next one, funny enough, on the cinnamon
Mhm.
aspect, we have Nancy.
Mhm.
And we said she was giving like something like cinnamon candy of some sort.
That's why I said that, because I forgot we
Yeah.
signed it to Nancy.
Yep.
And I was thinking of it.
It was very much, I feel like, because like it's again like Max, like very strong flavor,
Mm-hmm.
you know,
Very strong.
very strong. And then we have Erica, and we gave her a candy cane. I feel like she would be all flavors of candy cane, though, especially like the sour ones.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, she would love the sour ones.
I
She
love
definitely
candy
would go
canes.
feral for those.
I feel like Erica's the kind of person that would like have a candy cane and like whittle it into a point.
Oh yeah, she's
'Cause, I
definitely.
mean, that's always fun to do.
it. I feel like everyone does it. You know,
Everyone does it.
you got to. I feel like candy canes are also very traditional, and I feel like she
Mhm.
likes those kind of traditional things. But she's also
Mhm.
not really a traditional person, especially by the end of the series. But like,
Oh yeah.
she definitely appreciates it. But she would definitely eat a whole box of like sour candy canes in one sitting.
Oh yeah. Sour candy canes are good.
They are.
I say. Oh no, I meant to say they sound good. I haven't had it. Sour.
They
candy.
are good.
That's
They are.
so
I
good.
have had them. My mom got them one year. They were very good, but
Ooh.
I don't think I could eat more than 1 or 2 at once.
Yeah.
But Erica would definitely be able to eat.
I feel
one
like
of
I
those
feel
a
like
day.
1 candy cane is a good amount for a sitting.
Yeah.
Because after that,
That's how I
it gets
feel.
too overwhelmed. Too overwhelmed.
Yeah, like I can eat a lot of chocolate in one sitting, but I
Oh,
can't eat
yes.
I
Yeah,
can't eat a
me.
lot of like really sweet things in one
No,
sitting,
I know what you mean.
like gummies or something.
Yeah,
That's just how I am.
I understand.
But some people are the opposite. Some people hate all things chocolate, but love
Mhm.
everything sweet and like sour
Yeah.
kind of candy.
Because I was just say, I feel like depending on the chocolate too, it's more balanced. If it's like a dark chocolate,
Mhm.
especially, it's not as overpoweringly sweet, so you can eat more.
For sure. For sure. I love dark chocolate.
This isn't even the holiday special Stranger Things anymore. This is just us
talking.
talking about food.
That's so real. It's the holiday season.
It's
You
the
gotta
holidays.
love the foods.
Mhm.
I've loved trying more traditional foods as well, like from
Mhm.
other celebrations and things like that. I feel like growing up in such a small town, I wasn't exposed to that kind
Mhm.
of stuff. It was
Yeah.
very much just what my family made, and it's been really fun to come to college, especially in a hall that is so active, and trying to celebrate all holidays. Um, and it was fun. Like the latkes tonight were so good. And I was talking with my other hall council members, and we were talking about how things we could add to them to change them, but keep them traditional as
Mhm.
well. Like add cheese to them into the mixture.
Ooh.
It would be really good.
So, what are latkes? Are they like kind of like a
They're-
potato pancake?
They are potato pancakes. So
Okay.
it's just like
I was
hash
wondering.
browns. Like we put salt, pepper, a little bit of flour, egg,
Ooh.
the hash brown mix, and what do you call it? Garlic powder. And we mix it all up. Garlic powder
you
is
gotta
just
use
icing
that
on
garlic
top.
powder.
So good.
You always gotta.
And then you just fry them in a little bit of oil, and they are so good. And we were like, oh, you could add cheese to them. You could add it on a breakfast sandwich, all this stuff. And it's so easy. And it was so good. I had a couple of them because not as many people came because we had to cook them in the kitchen. So we
Mhm.
weren't in like the foyer of our hall.
Mhm.
So it's kind of like, hey, go down there if you want to get a latke.
This is
But
real. I'll
so
have to make
good.
those sometimes. That sounds really good.
No, yeah,
I'm
it's
gonna lie.
really easy, really good. Highly suggest. Okay. Back to Stranger Things characters. We have Joyce as our next person as a butterscotch, traditional butterscotch. I feel like
Yes.
she'd be like a Werther's.
Maybe she's like the Werther's, or maybe she's like the butterscotch
Mhm.
cookies, like
Yeah.
the butterscotch
Yep.
clusters.
That would make sense for. I feel like that's something she would make. Like I feel like she would
Absolutely.
definitely make something like that.
I feel
Then
like Joyce would also. This is something my grandma makes.
Mhm.
Well, we've also made it on some occasions when my grandma hasn't had time. It's just salami and cream cheese. Do you know what I'm talking about?
yes, actually, I think I do know what you're
It's-
talking about.
It's just you do like layers of salami with cream cheese in between,
Interesting.
and you cut it into little cubes.
Huh.
It's actually not bad.
I think I have heard of it, but I've seen versions where people
very-
roll it, like put the cream cheese and roll it. I think,
Mhm.
or maybe I'm thinking of something slightly different, but similar enough to that it's.
It very much gives me the vibes of like a 1950s like white suburbia recipe.
Oh yeah,
Because I mean,
some middle
some of-
class
no,
like family
some of the
stuff.
recipes from the 60s and 70s absolutely wild.
Oh yeah, there's
Dude.
some. Have you ever heard of like there's like a tomato soup cake or something?
Oh my god.
From like
yeah.
there's this guy on TikTok and YouTube.
Oh, what's his
do you-
name?
I don't remember his name.
But he does he
just
does he kind of have like a over exaggerated voice where he's like
Yes.
flour?
yes,
Yes, I know that guy.
He's
I know
like,
that
he's
guy.
tall, he's skinny, the blonde
Yup.
hair.
Yup,
Yes,
I know that guy.
I love
that
his
guy. He's so funny.
recipes. And he made like a tomato soup cake
How was
from
it?
the 50s, and he said it was actually really good.
That's interesting. 'Cause
And
I
it was
feel
only
like,
a couple of ingredients.
because I feel like the tomato would kind of balance out. If it
Yeah.
was like, was it chocolate or
I don't think so. I think it was.
what?
Oh, it might have been. It
Whoa,
might have
that's
been, but
crazy.
there was like sugar. I think if it was chocolate, there was definitely like cocoa powder,
Mm-hmm.
a little bit of flour, and then that. And I think that was
Ooh.
basically it. Because I don't think there was egg in it because I think the soup, the
Mhm.
consistency of the soup, when you have it in the can, how it's
Yeah,
like more of
it's-
like a
it-
puree.
Yeah, it's got enough of it. in
Yeah,
there.
that I think it
Ooh.
didn't need that, and it was actually.
Okay.
I was like, pop off. That looks
Okay.
really good. I feel like Joyce would know the recipes like that. She
Oh,
would definitely have
absolute-
those
well,
up
'cause-
her sleeve.
Because that's when she would have been. Those are the recipes
younger.
she would have like grown up with. Yeah.
Yeah, and they're also affordable.
Mm-hmm.
And she's a single mother. And she probably is able to pull these out and just be like, oh, here's like a good recipe that's good.
Yeah.
It's affordable.
Exactly. Do you know what is so funny? Because sometimes when I'm bored in class, sometimes
Mhm.
I like to go through the old. I forget what magazine they don't make. It's Life magazine that they don't make anymore. And they have all of the issues from like when it first started
Mhm.
to when it ended archived online. And I like to go through them sometime just to see what interesting things I can find. So my first observation. This is getting a little off topic, but it's relevant. I'll bring it back around. I promise. I promise. First thing I've noticed. Half of the Life magazine is just it's ads. It's just ads. Most of those ads are for cigarettes. Some of them are for cars, and the rest of them are for like alcohol.
Yep, that sums it up.
So fun. No, and then sometimes there's ads for food stuff. Sometimes there's like old recipes in them that are crazy. I think the craziest one I've saw though that lives in my mind rent free. It was from the 70s. It was advertising like Campbell's beef broth, and it had an illustration of someone like pouring a can of the beef broth into a glass with ice to like drink.
No.
And it just said something like Campbell's beef broth is the nice, refreshing snack to keep you going. Like great for diets or something. And I was like, that is the most horrific thing I have ever seen in my life.
I think I might cry.
I would cry.
Can you
imagine you're visiting someone's house and they're like taking a sip? Because it's like brown. You're like, oh, are you drinking like some whiskey or something? He's like, no, I'm drinking iced beef broth.
Can I get you a drink, sir? And then
give me a beef broth on the rocks. Like, I just...
what do people say when they're like, can I pleasure you in like a drink or something like that?
Can I interest you in a drink?
Interest you, yes.
Can I pleasure you in a drink?
You know what?
Imagine you walk into a restaurant.
Can I pleasure you in a drink?
Can I pleasure you in a drink? Excuse me? Hello?
Are you trying to seduce me?
Hello? Anyway, what were you saying?
But it's like, can
I interest you in a drink? Just give me a can of soup.
Don't
open it. I'll open it myself. I have a sewing needle.
What do you got, sir? Oh, we got some Coca-Cola. We got some milk, glass of water, beef broth. Beef broth?
Hey, would you imagine someone like taking a can of soup? You know the thing that people do? I don't know what it's called, but it's like the thing that the frat bros do in movies where it's like you put a hole in the side of a beer can and like drink it all. Imagine someone doing that with like a can of soup. Yeah, imagine someone shotgunning a can of soup.
Oh goodness, I bet someone.
That would be honestly. I would
bet
do that.
someone has.
I would do that.
How much? How much do I have to pay you to see that happen?
Nothing. I'll do it for free, just for fun.
Free. What kind of soup would you do?
It couldn't be something that has probably tomato.
Probably something that would go down easy.
Yeah, because I was gonna say anything with chunks, probably not, because that's a choking hazard.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, I don't want a cube of over-processed chicken ending up in my lungs.
Do you want to know a really good soup that I like? That's like a canned soup that we have at my house a lot. It's like creamy chicken and dumpling soup. It's actually very good. There's like chunks of chicken in it, and then there's carrot, potato, I think a little bit of celery or something, but you can't really taste it, and then dumplings. Just like in the soup, and it's like a creamy consistency. It's really good.
We have.
I'll send you a picture when I get home. I'll be like, Shelby, look at the soup.
Look at the soup. We have like the cans of like the Campbell's baked potato soup. Have you had the baked?
I have not.
It's really good. It's like sort of like a creamy base. It's got potato in it. It's got like some bacon. You put like some cheese in it, some pepper, maybe some sour cream if you want. Whatever you put in a baked potato, put in the soup, and it's great.
That sounds amazing. That sounds absolutely amazing.
It is amazing. Before we get more off topic, do we want to keep reading?
Yes.
Let's get back to the topic. We should just call this the holiday/food discussion special at this point.
Yes, that's just us being hungry, talking about foods that we know.
Just us being real tired, wanting a little snack.
Oh yeah. So Hopper is our next person right after Joyce, and we said that he would be a Jell-O snack pack.
Yes.
Or like a chocolate pudding snack pack.
Yes.
Like something like that. That would definitely come.
We did specifically. We were like,
in a package.
Would he be homemade pudding or from the store? And we were like, he's from the store.
From the store. Because he would be like working a long day and then he'd forget and remember he promised.
Like, oh no, I'm supposed to bring dessert to the buyer's Christmas party. And he like speeds to like.
With his siren on so he can get there faster.
Yeah, and he speeds into like a Dollar General, like the general store to buy it.
He storms out with a chocolate pudding variety pack.
He
definitely would.
I can see him like eating one in the car too.
He'd like slurping it.
Like he just tears the top off with his teeth and is just like drinking it as he's driving with like one hand.
I could even see him finding like a container at work and just dumping each pudding individually in it. So it looks like he made it homemade, but it's just the variety.
That is something he would do. That is something
it so would be. And I love that for him.
We do love that for him.
And then our next one is Argyle, and he would I made a joke that he would definitely be a wheat edible or something.
Yeah.
But Shelby
Like a
came up with the
pineapple
intellectual
gummy.
one. But Shelby came up with the intellectual option of a pineapple upside down cake.
Yes, I feel
And
like
that made a lot more sense than
I
mine.
feel like that fits. I feel like that fits the kind of like tropical
Yeah.
vibe he's got going on.
Definitely.
I feel like there's a dessert that would fit him better out there. Like
I really like the pineapple
I feel-
upside down cake.
I think it works, but I also think something like pineapple frozen yogurt or something.
Mhm.
Something that you could get in California, like a vegan dairy free yogurt bar or something.
Yeah,
would
like
also work.
popsicle of some sort.
Yeah, like a popsicle. I feel
That
like
would
he'd be. Have you ever had those like coconut outshine bars?
Yes.
They're so good.
They're so
I feel like
good.
he'd either be that or like a pineapple.
He definitely would be. He would be something like,
But
like
if we're
fruity,
going,
cool,
Yes,
you know.
absolutely. But if we're going with more like classical holiday desserts, pineapples and down cake.
For sure. For sure. Our next option, I think, for some reason, my brain, this one just makes so much sense. It's Jonathan as an oatmeal raisin cookie.
No, absolutely. Because most people don't like oatmeal raisin cookies.
Yeah,
I think they get a bad reputation
they do.
as kind of boring. Just kind of like Jonathan. 'Cause
But
he
he's
was kind of shy.
He's got all this personality, though. Yes,
Yeah.
he was a little creepy at one point or
He's a little
another.
creepy.
And I always feel like we have to mention that because I forgot for the longest time that was an aspect of Stranger Things.
Yeah, I'm
Never
gonna be
really
so
picked
real.
up on it because I'm really oblivious.
I forgot a lot about. We should rewatch season 1
We
when
really
get
should
back
at this point.
because it's been a while. I know it's been a while since I've seen because we watched season 2 recently. That was the first time I've
Mhm.
seen season 2 in quite a while. Season 3 and 4 I have stronger grasps on because those are more recent and because they're my
Yeah.
personal favorites. So I've rewatched them several times.
That's so real of you.
But season 1, it's been a while. It has been a while.
Yes. I've seen that one a bit more recently, but I'm still
Mhm.
down to watch it because my mom started rewatching
Yes,
it.
you mentioned.
But I love all of Stranger Things. So honestly, I'm so down.
Exactly.
I love watching all the eras. I
It's
feel like
so
every
fun to
season
see
is
it
a
evolve.
completely different era, and I love
Yes.
it. I love it so much.
Very distinct vibes
It
for
is,
each
very
season.
distinct.
And that is one of the I think that's one of the things that I really like about it, you know? Because it's like each season feels distinct. They don't all kind of blend into each other.
Yeah.
Yeah. What was I gonna say? Oh, I had something else in my brain. I just said I spent some time before because I didn't really have anything else to do before we were doing the peculiar happenings. So I did watch some like season 1 compilations. They were pretty funny. I forgot there's a scene where they're all like having dinner at the Wheeler's house and they're hiding Elle and she
Yeah.
starts coming down the stairs, but neither of his parents see because they're back to her and they all start freaking out.
They start like
And
whacking
she's like,
the
"What
table.
is wrong with you guys?" Yeah, Dustin like slams on the table or something.
Yeah.
That was a good
And
one.
then I think someone says Dustin, or like the mom's
Yeah.
like
And he's just like, "Sorry."
sorry, Mrs. Wheeler.
Yeah, it's so funny. And I also watched. There's a compilation of I think Steve too. He honestly, I don't think he was as much of a jerk. I don't think. Well, from what I saw, to be fair, it said
Mhm.
Steve Harrington being the video name was like Steve Harrington being incredible for 7 minutes. So I get the feeling the creator might have been a little biased.
Maybe a little biased there.
But he wasn't. He was not that much of a jerk.
No,
it
I
was
don't-
just he did jerk things sometimes because that's what
Yeah.
his friends were doing. That's what his friends were like. This is what the cool guy's doing. He's like, well, I am a
Exactly.
cool guy. I guess I'll do this.
I think he was more of a jerk before he met Nancy, and I think Nancy
Yep.
was the turning point.
Yep.
I do know that, like, yes, some of the stuff with Barb that season, like when she died, and like, I think Nancy was worried.
Mhm.
But like when he like smashes the camera of Jonathan's,
Yeah.
it's because he finds the pictures of Nancy on
Yeah.
it, and that is valid that he does that.
Honestly,
it's like,
yeah.
if Nancy
we
was-
respect mad respect for that.
for lack of a better term, his girlfriend. Like they
Mhm.
weren't, I don't think, official at that point, but
No, but they were definitely together
they
in some
were
capacity.
together, and that was the night that they were intimate with each other for I think the first time, and it was like I would be mad too, and
Yup.
so
I mean, it's a huge invasion of privacy for sure.
yeah, and I think I don't think I can't remember. I don't think he's the one who ends up writing the thing on the movie
Yeah, like
side. I think
the-
it's his friend
Yeah.
because afterwards she when
He offers to go help the guy clean it up.
yeah, and then I think he turns and looks at his friend at one point because I remember when my mom was rewatching, he turns and looks at his friend and goes like, "Why did you do that?" And then his
Mhm.
friend was like, "What? I thought you'd like it." And so like his friend does it.
Yeah.
And I don't think Steve fully knew about it at the time.
No,
and
I
if he
don't
did,
think
he was just trying to be like laughing it off with his friends because he also was hurting because like
Yeah.
it seemed like she had cheated on
Exactly.
him.
And I mean, if you think,
And that also was a hurtful
Yeah.
thing to him.
and if you think the person that you're dating just like cheated on you, the last thing you want to do is also like upset your friends and not have them to lean on.
Exactly.
But
exactly.
yeah. What was I saying?
It was about the compilations.
Yeah, I forgot. Anyway, let's get back to
That's valid.
let's get back to the sheet.
We wrote Robin again, and that's because we were thinking, we realized we didn't list anyone as a pie.
Yes.
So we were like, oh, if Robin was anything on her
also,
own.
we just love Robin.
Yeah,
So,
so,
she
like,
gets to be on this
obviously.
list twice.
Exactly. She gets a brownie points
Yes.
for being apple pie because apple pie is so good.
And I feel like that fits really well with her
Mhm.
character. I can't explain it. Robin is apple pie.
I feel like Robin is definitely a picky eater for some reason in my brain.
Oh, I mean, yeah.
And I feel like it's
I
one of
just-
the only desserts she would have.
Oh, yeah.
Very traditional.
I just know this girl is like living off of Dino Nuggets and
Oh, yeah.
like Velveeta mac and cheese.
Oh, yeah.
Mhm.
Mhm.
What did Dino Nuggets exist then?
I don't know.
I'm gonna search that up. Research time.
Our next one is Murray.
Murray. Oh, this was a good one. I liked this one.
As like we thought Murray would be something actually kind of fancy,
Mm-hmm.
you know? So we wrote him as a chocolate raspberry croissant with a morning mimosa. He would definitely be something kind of fancy like that.
Ooh, yes, absolutely. And he has to be paired with some sort of like alcoholic drink too. Of
Oh,
course.
yeah. That's
Of
why a
course.
croissant works so well with a
Mm.
mimosa. You know,
Mhm.
you got kind of all the options.
It's like a nice
kind of
breakfast.
breakfasty.
I feel like that's what Murray has for breakfast on the regular. I feel like this
Oh, yeah.
man like
Sure.
has a drink with every meal sometimes.
Oh, he does. He
Because
definitely
I mean, to be
does.
fair, if I'm like a conspiracy theorist in a bunker, I'm definitely having like a nice drink with every meal. You
Mhm.
know,
Definitely.
he's such a fun character. Honestly,
I love him.
They-
I love him.
He started as like this sort of crazy. Sorry, I just burped. This
You're okay.
crazy conspiracy theorist character, and then by season 4, it's like he's cooking dinner for
Yeah.
the buyers.
Yeah, exactly.
And going to Russia with Joyce.
It's great.
No one is more ride or die than this
It-
man.
That's so real. He's like setting up all the characters. He's just being so for real. Like he's so
He's
blunt
real.
and he's brutally honest.
Yes.
And it's amazing.
If no one has your back, Murray. Is his last name Bowman?
yes.
Murray Bowman does. Murray Bowman.
Or
has
is
your
it
back.
Bauman? Is it Bowman or Bauman?
However you pronounce it.
I don't know.
B-A-U-M-A-N.
It's something like that.
Or however you pronounce it.
The last person we have written down officially, we can try to remember other characters as well that we would assign them, but that we had planned is Brenner. And that was more of a joke because
Brenner.
we just said he was like a burnt cookie.
Yeah.
And then Shelby said he was a burnt cookie that fell off the tray and everyone forgot about.
And then sets off the smoke alarm when you put something back in the oven.
Yep. Because it fell off the tray
Mm.
in the oven and it like is cooking on the bottom. It's like smoking
Yeah.
and it might catch on
It's just
fire.
a
It might
charred
burn your
brick.
house down, you know.
Oh yeah, that's exactly
Very
what it is.
inconvenient.
You know what we could do? Who would Billy be?
Oh, Billy.
I feel like
Hmm.
Billy is. Ooh.
I don't know.
I would say Billy might. I think Billy is also a burnt cookie, but it's like the kind that's kind of salvageable. Like you scrape some of
Mhm.
the burnt stuff off, and you're like, it's edible.
I know
guess.
what Billy would
Whoa,
be.
What is this?
I don't really like it, but it's this type of candy I know my dad always had as a kid, but
Mhm.
so he gets every now and then. My sister really likes it, but I feel like it's very much like the only reason I think this is like, you know, Billy's like his whole thing is, you know, he's like the sexy guy. You know what I mean? Like he's kind of like
No,
the guy. And so
because-
it's like it's the cherry candy that's like it's the cherry with like
I
the
know what
liquid
you're
stuff
talking
and then the
about.
chocolate around
They
it.
have those at the convenience store, and I
Yes.
thought I almost considered buying them because I was like, I've never had these.
I don't really like them
kinda
only
wanna
because
try
they're in
I
a
feel like
in
they'd
a
be too sweet.
a cherry like there's a cherry in the middle like a and then it's like around like a cherry like syrup
Oh.
and it tastes like cherry cough medicine.
Oh, okay. I
So
will
it
not
like
be buying
seems
it. Then.
it seems like oh this seems like an enticing like dessert and then it tastes like cough syrup.
Ugh.
And I feel like that's
Gross.
like Billy. Like he seems like on the outside like from afar he might
Oh
seem
my God.
nice and then
That
you
is
try
perfect.
and then
You're
it's not
so
good.
smart. It's like,
Ah,
that looks
I
good.
got you
I'm gonna
guys.
try it, and then you bite into it, and you're like,
"Ugh."
ooh.
Exactly.
That's like you see Billy, and you're like, oh, that guy's kind of hot, and then you talk to him for more than like 15 minutes. You're like, ugh.
Yeah, literally. He
I'm
opens his
sensing some
mouth and shares an
problems.
opinion, and
Yeah.
it's just like,
He opens
Oh,
his mouth
no.
and says like the most outrageously racist. I almost accidentally swore the most outrageous stuff you've ever heard. I definitely wasn't going to say another word that starts with an S.
definitely not.
Yeah, and then you're like, ooh.
And then
Oh,
you're
I
just
feel like
like,
that
oh,
works so well.
devastating. It's like when you meet like someone that you're like, oh, this
Mhm.
person seems really
You're like,
cool,
"Oh,
and you get to
wow."
know them, and then their true
Yeah.
colors show, and you're
And
like,
you're like,
oh.
oh, that's so real.
How we
'Cause-
all felt in real time watching Billy's character.
Oh my God, yeah. No, because I was gonna say, do you know what was so funny? I was watching a compilation, and it was the Steve Harrington compilation, but it also had
Mhm.
Billy in it because it had some of Billy in season 2.
Oh, yeah.
There is no reason for this man to be shirtless playing high school basketball.
No, literally.
There is no reason.
No, literally. No
I
one
don't
is ever
care.
like that in any high school sport.
Yes.
No one does that. Like high school,
I'm
like
sorry.
during gym.
If
no one does
anyone
that.
in my high school was like, "Oh, I'm getting real hot playing basketball. I'm gonna take my shirt off," they would have been laughed out of the gym. Everyone would be
No,
like,
literally.
"Oh, put your shirt back on." Like, to be
You're
fair,
so
I don't
pale,
think
put
I don't
that
think
shirt back
anyone
on.
at my school had a 6-pack like
What's
Billy.
the glare?
But no, exactly. Like, I'm sorry if I'm playing gym and some dude is like being way too try hard about the game we're playing, and his shirt is also off. I'm like,
I would make fun of him so hard with my
fun
friends.
of him so bad.
Like, I'm not a person who usually like makes fun of someone like
No, it's
giggles and stuff
deserved
like
in
that.
this circumstance.
But in this circumstance, especially with Billy and his personality, I
Mhm.
would so make fun of him. I'm
So-
like, he thinks he's so hot and so sexy. No.
He can't be fixed. He can be bullied though, and his ego can be taken down a
Yes,
notch. And maybe that would
exactly.
help. And maybe that would help. There was
Craziness.
no reason for him to be doing all that.
No.
And another thing, I never understand. So I know there's always, because there's a scene where they were showering too, and I'm like, I'm sorry, there is no way people actually showered in the showers at high school.
No. And the showers
Like, I
aren't
mean,
like
okay,
that.
maybe if you're doing after school activities and you're doing sports, that I understand. But it absolutely
gym?
wasn't like just an
No.
open shower where everyone stood
No.
around. Like, I'm sorry.
Exactly.
No one would be doing that of their own free will.
The only time I ever, like, any of my friends or I ever showered at school was because we were swimmers, and we would
Mhm.
leave our bathing suits on and just rinse the chlorine off of us. And some of us would even bring, like, because then not only was I a swimmer, but then my 10th grade year, I was doing this class through my school to become a lifeguard. So we were getting like lifeguard certified.
Oh,
so I
that's
didn't have to do
smart.
gym class that year. I just
Oh, I
became
wish
like a
I could
lifeguard.
have done that.
It was actually really good, except our teacher wasn't great.
Ah.
But we had to swim some days, and it was like second period.
Mhm.
So a lot of us wouldn't fully get ready that day
Mhm.
in the morning because we only had one class before, and a lot
Mhm.
of us had the same class before that too. I had a couple people in my health
That
class
sounds
right
so
before.
fun.
So we would just go down, change into our bathing suits, do like the rescues for that day, or do like this
Mm-hmm.
like saves with the tubes, get out, and then a lot of us brought like shampoo and conditioner, just rinsed our hair out and like rinsed off, but left our bathing suits on.
like there's
Like that's the only time
yes,
we
exactly.
ever use
There
the
is
showers.
no circumstance I can imagine where there's a bunch of people that are like high school age in
Yeah.
a communal shower, butt naked.
Exactly.
I don't even know if
No.
that was the implications of the scene.
I feel like it was though
I
because it
feel
was like
like it
waist
was.
up, and
It
like
was
it was
waist
really
up.
awkward.
And it's like, I'm sorry, no one
No
would
one.
be doing that.
No one. And it's just so it's like these two guys trying to. He's like being so
It's
serious, and it's
so
like,
funny.
it's not. It's like,
Like, can
oh
you
my
imagine?
God.
Can you imagine you as like a dude in the 1980s be like, you know, when's the perfect time to talk down to and threaten this guy when we're both naked in the shower, sir? Sir, what is the thought process? I don't think there was
his
a thought
ego is
process.
through the roof. He does not care. He's like, oh, everyone's gotta like me. Like I'm so
Everyone
cool.
likes me.
So he like doesn't care, and he's going up to Steve, and Steve's standing there like so unamused.
Steve's
He
like,
does
"Hey, I'm
not
just trying
care.
to shower. I'm just trying to shower." It's
my
very
God.
much, I think Billy is like, oh, Steve. Ah, my tinfoil. I had tinfoil I was
No.
playing with. I dropped it. Anyway,
You play with my tinfoil.
no, it's okay. There's your tinfoil. I have my own tinfoil. For context, we don't just have a random piece of tinfoil. We had chocolate coins that we
Yes.
ate, and now we just have tinfoil. But I was just saying, I feel like Billy's like, oh, Steve, the king of Hawkins High, my worst enemy. And Steve's just like,
I
who are
don't
you
care.
again? Steve
Like,
doesn't care.
What?
Billy
Like,
is
I don't
Steve's worst
care.
enemy. No, in Billy's mind, he is Steve's worst enemy.
Yeah.
But to Steve is just like, this guy's annoying.
Yeah, literally.
Dang.
Like I have bigger problems on my mind because my girlfriend just told me she
Yeah.
doesn't love me,
Yeah.
At a party
I
while
just got
she was
broken up
drunk.
with, and now I'm heartbroken.
and I'm heartbroken,
Yeah.
and also otherworldly dimensions
Mhm.
that I just went through like 6 months
Yeah,
prior.
this is real.
So
What do we think?
lots of trauma.
What do we think Bob would be as a dessert?
Ooh.
And this
Bob
will be
would
the
be
last
like-
one because I also want to do the other prompt we have. 'cause
Bob would
that
be a
fun.
snickerdoodle. Wouldn't he be something like that?
I was thinking either a snickerdoodle or like a blondie bar for some reason.
Yes.
'Cause
That makes sense.
I've never had a blondie before coming here, and they have them on the dessert table sometime, and they're really good.
Real. I haven't had them while I'm here.
them.
I'll have to try it.
They're
one of the
quite
times.
good. They're quite good. I like them a lot.
Actually, I have one more person that can we
Ooh,
discuss?
yes, yes.
Mrs. Wheeler.
Ooh.
I am not sure what I would assign her, to be completely honest.
Miss Wheeler is the what's the cookie that like everyone wants? Maybe Miss Wheeler is one of those like decorated like sugar cutout cookies.
Yes,
But
definitely.
But it's decorated like really nicely.
Really pretty.
Like really pretty with like
really
some
well
nice
done.
sprinkles. The frosting is
Or
it's
gingerbread
masterfully
house.
done.
Like a really nice gingerbread house.
Because I know you get those like gingerbread house kits and you're not supposed to eat it, but I feel like she's one of those really nice ones. She's like a homemade one, and it's like, oh, I know it's a decoration, but I want to eat it.
I want to eat it so bad.
Yeah, exactly. That's Miss Wheeler. That's Miss
See how many like little things you can steal before she starts noticing that some of the
Mhm.
candy's going missing. And,
Oh yeah,
like one of the trees has a bite taken out of it.
Ted. What about Ted Wheeler? Because that's he's
like
a can of something. He's a sad can of something.
he's like soggy something too.
Maybe he's a
It's like a soggy biscuit.
a soggy biscuit. Maybe he's some like. What's the? Is there? Am I going insane, or is there like a pudding that has bread in it?
Like a bread pudding?
Is that what it's called?
Mhm.
I think he's a bread pudding.
Or he's rice pudding.
But no, but rice pudding is kind of good though.
Is it? I've never had it.
I think it's okay. I like
the
it.
texture
I like
looks
it.
not great to me.
Actually, yeah.
Maybe
No,
he's like cottage cheese, which isn't like so bad. Like some people like it, but
he's
it's
not
also
even a
like
dessert.
he's like
Real.
cottage cheese and peaches. Like why would you put those things together?
Oh, that's straight from 1955. That is a Cold War era recipe.
Yeah,
I do.
that's so real. Personally, I'm not a fan of that. Some people are. Slay for you. No hate. There's no
mom
shade here, guys.
really
There's no
likes
shade.
cottage cheese, but just cottage cheese by itself.
Cottage cheese is good by itself.
I can't.
The minute you
I
add something
can't
sweet
stomach
to
it.
like, I don't know. That's
No,
me.
I understand.
If you like it though,
Outright,
slay.
real. it's a texture thing. I
Mhm.
can't with the
That's
texture.
valid.
Real. Okay, let's do. I want to do the other problem because I think this would be fun. It's what would we get each character for Christmas?
Slay. Do we want to start with like the original group of kids?
Yes, let's start with the original group and branch
Okay.
off from there. Let's start with Mike.
Mike.
I would get a book that says How Not to Be a Jerk to Your Friends for Dummies.
Slay.
How to Be a Good Friend for Idiot Losers
101.
101. Or How to Go Back to Being a Good Friend. 'Cause he was a great
He
friend
was a great friend.
in season 1 and 2.
Literally, the only
was
reason they
ride
were
or
out
die.
in the woods was because he was like, we need to go find Will. Like, he was immediately like, oh my gosh, we have to go find him.
Exactly.
Like, how?
And even in season 2,
How
he
do you
was
go that
when Will
far?
had like the whole possession thing going on, he was like sleeping in a chair next to him
Yeah.
in the hospital bed. That is
Yeah.
that man was ride or die.
Exactly. That man was like head
And
over
then season
heels.
3 happened.
Great friend.
And then
And now we don't know what's happening.
and
And,
now he's just me.
and now we just we
The
don't
most
like him.
oblivious person on the planet.
Literally.
Will sobbing next to him,
Yeah,
having like
this.
Will says, okay, I'm sorry. If I was turned this way with my hand over my face and I was still like full on sobbing, you would be able
If
to
you
tell.
could hear me going like,
If I heard you turned away, it's like that one meme where it's like, oh, what is it? It's like Family Guy, where it's like, good night, Brian. And it's just like,
like how do you
Like-
not know?
maybe he was too enraptured by the beautiful, monotonous sandy landscape. Or maybe he was still just looking at this picture, like, wow, this is a really good painting.
This is a really good
This
painting.
is a really good painting.
that
You
my
said Elle
girl-
asked for this. Meanwhile,
You
Will was like,
You said my
That
girlfriend
sounds too-
asked you to make this for me.
that sounds too
That's
close
so
to
sweet.
Goofy. Hold on. He's not going, he's like, he's like, yeah, Elle made it. He's like, oh, do you have something in your throat? You want a cough drop? Like,
This is my impression of Mike. This is my impression. Do you think my girlfriend made this for me? Do you think my girlfriend made me this painting? That's so nice of her.
oh my god.
And Will's over here sobbing. The gay pining was so thick in that car that even
Mhm.
Jonathan could tell.
Mhm.
How could Jonathan? How
We
could
have-
Jonathan from the front
we
seat
have-
see this?
We have an emote in one of my Discord servers that's just, it's the still frame of Jonathan like looking in the rearview mirror with a quizzical expression, and it just has like the gay the gay flag
Mhm.
emoji and a question mark. And it is so funny.
I know what you are.
I know what it's like the little dog. I know what you are.
I would give
Yeah.
Mike a little D&D figure without its head.
And be like, this is what's gonna happen to you if you don't step up your friend game.
That's what exactly. You understand the assignment. I'd be like, this is you.
It's a threat. Oh, it's such a threat.
And then he'd be like, what does this mean? And
It's
then
like,
I'd be like,
you'll find. You don't want to find out.
You know.
You don't want to find out. This is okay. What would we get? You're too funny. Now I'm coughing.
Sorry.
I'm tired over here. No, I'm just recovering from a cold. What would we get, Will? Because I know what our funny answer was.
Yes.
Which was antidepressants.
Yeah, we would get that man some antidepressants and some therapy bills that we would cover ourselves.
Oh, yeah.
That poor boy.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like if I was getting something for Sirius, I feel like I would get him like a really nice handmade cloak.
Ooh,
or like
like
some form of like a new
like
D&D book.
Robes.
Yeah.
I would get him either that. I would get him art supplies.
Yes. Like a really nice art kit.
Ooh, yes.
Oh,
Like some nice paints, some nice brushes. Oh,
I would give that boy my heart. I would be like, here you go, Will. Be happy now.
Oh, exactly. Okay. Who else? What would we get? Dustin.
Mm.
I would get Dustin, honestly, Star Wars Lego set. I don't know if they had Star Wars Legos in the 1980s, but I think
they did. Oh, at least they had like models, because Mike has one in season 1. He has the Millennium Falcon.
Yes.
Yeah.
I would get him a model of that.
I would get him
something Star Wars related. I know that boy's a nerd. He's gotta love Star Wars.
I would get him like a science kit. Like one of those like find your own like geos or something.
Ooh.
I don't know why, but I feel like he would be enthralled.
I
with
would
that.
get him like a make your own little radio kit, like the kind they have.
Yes.
I feel like that's a little too low level for him though. This guy set up his own radio tower in Hawkins.
That's
after
so
coming back
valid.
from science camp. He's advanced.
He is advanced. I feel like I would get him a how to build like, and then it's like a book of how to for like anything like technical, like that you can do at home with your own things.
Yes,
and let him just kind of play around with it and learn how to make different types of batteries that could power different things. Like I feel like something he could but I don't know for funny what I would get him. You know what I mean?
We just get him something serious because we love him.
Exactly.
We love him.
If anything, I would get him like a little like
how to cope with a long distance relationship.
That's great. I was gonna say like a frog that he could name Dart in honor, because like a frog is the closest thing to what
like
Dart
a little
looked
cat plush in memory of Muse.
Yeah. What a guy.
What
or hairspray.
Hairspray. Hairspray. There we go. Lucas. I'm saying I would get him some sort of like, you know how schools sell like merch, like how you could get hoodies with your high school name. I'd get something like that for him for like sports. Or I'd get him like a nice like Letterman's jacket, like the kind that Jason had, but it'd be cool.
Yeah, way cooler than Jason.
I was gonna say some like basketball sneakers, but those might run a little expensive.
That's true. I feel like I would get him like as most affordable as I could. Like maybe his favorite like basketball team's jersey or something.
Ooh, this is also good.
I feel like he would definitely have a team that he was like ride or die for.
Oh yeah.
You know, like a lot of sporty people. Couldn't be me. Sorry guys.
Couldn't be me either.
He would like definitely have a certain team that he would talk about all the time. Like, oh, they're playing tonight, and he'd wear all the merch.
Oh yeah,
like how like the Bills
nice jersey
fans.
from that, like the Bills fans.
Yeah,
exactly.
I would get him something like that.
Exactly. So the original group. Are we counting Max and Elle in the original?
We can.
I think we
can. Or
can,
we can like move on to them.
Yeah, Elle. I would get Elle a book that just says how to break up with your boyfriend because he's not that great.
Self-confidence 101.
Yeah, exactly.
I would get her like the burn book. Like that you can like write your stuff in. It's literally just called the burn book, and each page has a different prompt on it, and it's like kind of really deep inner self work. And then you can write anything in there. You have to be completely open and honest, and the whole point of it is you can burn the book afterwards, or you can like throw it out, tear it up, keep it, like bury it somewhere. It's supposed to be like your own, like I feel like I'd get her
your
something
own
like that.
Personal adventure. That would be good for her.
I feel like she would.
Honestly, no. I think if anyone, I think Will needs therapy. Elle needs therapy.
Yeah.
Elle needs
out
it
of any
most.
of the other characters, and a lot of these people need therapy.
Oh yeah,
especially after Hopper's trip to Russia, he probably needs a lot of therapy.
Well,
but
he needs so much therapy in general because wasn't he? Did the time for him say he fought in Vietnam?
Oh, probably.
I forget. Is he an ex-soldier? I don't remember.
I feel like
I might have just made that up. his daughter died and like his wife left him too. I
Yeah.
think.
Oh, that's so
It's-
true. I forgot about that
Ooh,
timeline.
bro is traumatized. I know
That's
he's not
craziness.
coping. He is. I know he's not coping well with that.
But Elle definitely needs therapy too.
Yes.
And if I was getting her just like instead of like a coping book or something,
Mhm.
I would get her something like
a nice, bright, colorful shirt. I feel.
yeah, or like one of those like big sweatshirts that are like the fuzzy ones that like go down like your knees. Like I feel
Yes,
like
like
she
the
could curl up in that
Snuggies.
and just be like all
Yes.
cozy, like when she gets anxious.
Yes, I feel like
Help with her
Elle
anxiety.
would appreciate like some fun socks or something
Yeah.
too. Just because I
Funny
feel like
socks.
she'd appreciate any sort of fun clothes she can express herself with. Because if you
Mhm.
think about it, for a lot of her life, she was only in like the lab hospital gowns.
Exactly, even with her hair.
Yeah,
like,
so
she
being
wasn't
able to express
it at
herself
all.
through like hair and accessories and clothes is something new to her.
Mhm.
That's something newer to her. So I think
Exactly.
that would work well. Max, what about Max?
I'd get her like a really good new skateboard.
Ooh, yeah. I was gonna say I might get her like some tape for her skateboard.
Yes.
That might be cool.
Yeah. Some like
No, you know what I would get her? I would get her like some wrist guards and knee pads
Yes.
in case she falls.
custom them.
Get her a nice helmet just in case.
Exactly.
Not that she's gonna be doing much skateboarding
Oh.
lately.
Because
she's
just
a-
got
she-
the joke.
she's a little down for the count.
She's a little-
but let's say
She's
she
a little crippled right
let's
now.
let's
It's okay, guys.
hypothetically say she was fine.
Yeah.
Ben Shapiro voice. Let's hypothetically say she was fine.
Exactly.
I would get her some like nice skate tape and like a cool helmet,
Mhm.
helmet, one that she would like to wear, one that she wouldn't be like, oh, I'm not an idiot. I'd be like, no, you're wearing a helmet, so you don't crack your skull open.
Yeah. Exactly. And then she'd be like, "Fine."
Mm-hmm.
You'd be like, "Do it for me. I spent my money on this." And then you'd be like, she'd be like, "Fine, okay." Real. I'm trying to think who else we could do like Steve next.
Oh,
and
Steve.
Robin.
I'd get him a number one mom mug.
Yes. Oh my
Number one
gosh. I would get him a t-shirt that had like my face on it.
mom.
And I would be like, "I'm your best friend. You have to wear this."
I'm your best friend. Well, is this your face on a shirt? Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it.
Just wear it.
Don't
Don't
worry
ask
about
questions.
it, sweetheart. Don't worry about it.
I
Like-
would get him and Robin a matching gift where it'd be like one shirt that says like I'm with stupid and then hers would be like I'm with stupid and the arrow's like pointing
Oh,
at each
yeah,
other.
I know
so
it.
they stand
I
next
know
to each other.
exactly what you're talking about.
That'd be great.
It says like if lost, return to Robin, and
Yeah.
a shirt for that Robin that says I'm Robin.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so cute.
It'd be something like a duo
I would love
like
that.
gift that they could do.
I would love that. What would we get, Robin?
I would get her some funky pins.
I feel like Robin absolutely is a pin enjoyer.
Oh,
Doesn't
yeah.
she have one outfit with like pins on it?
I think she does, like on her suspenders.
No, I thought it was the one. It was like the jacket at
Oh,
Blockbuster.
yeah.
Or
it's
she
the
at least
jacket.
has a pin that says like "Ask me about
Mhm.
something" because that's where she works.
Or a pair of cool
Ooh.
Converse or something.
Ooh, I would get her. I would get her a little pride flag. I think. Honestly.
Yes. Yes.
Just-
Like a little like
just
one
a
of those like
general
secret
one.
pride flags where it's just like, oh, it's just a rainbow. Because like
It's just a
some
rainbow.
people like think like, especially at that time, it's like things were always rainbow.
Oh,
but
yeah.
like to her, it could mean something different.
It's. I think
A
the
secret.
rainbow wouldn't have the connotation it
Mhm.
would today.
Mhm.
Because I feel like a lot of people, whether positively or negatively, they see someone like with some rainbow article of clothing, they're like, "Oh, that
Yeah.
person must be gay."
I knew
But back then, it was just like, "Oh, sick, a rainbow."
I know, like I know someone and there was this vintage t-shirt
Mhm.
that was I think it was a Polaroid shirt that had like a rainbow on it.
That sounds so cool.
It was so cool. I know. It was so cute.
Lovely.
And I was like, "Oh, I really like that." And I remember someone being like, "Oh, like I went shopping with someone and they really wanted it too, but they realized that they shouldn't get it because it has rainbow on it." And I was like, "What do you mean?" They were like, "Because people think she's gay if she gets it." And I was
Mm.
like, "Are you kidding me?" But that happened to me when I cut my hair short and I had a rainbow necklace. It was like this beaded one and it was a rainbow. And I wore it. Everyone in my high school thought I was gay. I mean, I was fruity, but I was like trying to figure myself out at the time. And they were all like asking my friends if I was gay. Not even
Yeah,
coming up to me, not
that's
saying
not the-
anything.
that's
They
not-
just were like
that's
assuming.
That's not the right thing to do. I think a lot of people are like, "Oh, I can always tell," and it's like, yeah, there are certain stereotypes
Yeah.
I think that are associated, but you can't always go off of those. You can't.
Yeah.
Sometimes people just want like short hair. Sometimes it's not that.
Yeah.
Deep. Sometimes it is, but sometimes it's
Exactly. Like I'm growing mine into a mullet right now.
not.
It's vibey.
Ooh.
Like
That's gonna look
not
really
like
cool.
a like farmer's mullet.
Not like the
like-
mullet my dad had in the early 90s.
Yeah. I bet your
which
dad
I
rocked
can-
that though.
He certainly had it.
I think he
Certainly
rocked
had
it.
I'll ask him. They have a picture on their mirror in their bedroom. I'll send you a
That's so
picture of it
real.
when I go home.
That's so
It's
real.
certainly a look.
Slay king.
It's a look.
I love that. As you should.
It's a look. Side eye.
Shelby's rolling her eyes.
My mom's hair. There's also pictures of my mom. My mom's hair was cool.
Slay.
That was a win.
Slay Shelby's mom.
My dad's hair. It was fine.
You're such a goofy goober.
Sorry, Dad, if you're listening right now. I think your haircut now suits you better. But yeah, Robin, some cool pins, some like subtle pride merch or something.
Mm-hmm.
Eddie, what would we get Eddie? I would get Eddie a new mattress that doesn't have weird stains on it. That he you don't know where you came from. Yeah, who knows, man? That's crazy. That's wild.
Who knows where that stain came from?
Yeah, that's kind of crazy.
I feel like I would get him a pack of like guitar picks.
Ooh,
like
I would get him.
Ones.
I would specifically get him a pack. There's some guitar picks I want to get off of eBay that I think I have on my Christmas list that I sent to my parents, which I need to update. That it's like classic movie monster themed.
Ooh.
So it's like a skull. You've got like a classic mummy, like a devil, a vampire, like a werewolf.
He would love that.
And it's fantastic. And I want them because guitar picks. I like to go do with the guitar, or with my bass, Gomez, my beloved. But also, I think I could make them into really cool earrings. I just put I drill a teeny little hole in them.
You definitely
get some wire, put the hooks in, boom. I have like 5 new pairs of earrings that look cool.
Exactly, you can intermatch them.
Yes, I can intermatch them.
You could wear one if you wanted to have one dangly. You know, that's a look.
It is, and that way, if I'm like, oh, I want to play guitar. Oh no, I want to play guitar, but I don't have a pick. Yes, I do. It's in my ear, and I just take it out and go. That's exactly what it sounds like.
Yep.
Yeah, just like that. Just like that.
That's so real.
I'm
trying to think of other people
else. I don't know.
We could do Nancy and
Nancy.
And
Dude,
Jonathan.
no, you know what I forgot? I wanted to bring this up earlier when I saw it. Because I was watching the season 1 compilations with Steve, and I forget there's a scene where like Nancy and Jonathan like camped out at the buyer's house because the Demogorgon is there. And Steve shows up. He's like, I want to know what's going on. What are you doing? And Nancy's like, Steve, you need to go because the Demogorgon is like trying to attack them. And Steve's like, no, what's going on? And Nancy pulls a gun on him. And she's like, Steve, I'm telling you to get out right now. I'm giving you 5 seconds. And he's like, whoa.
He's like, whoa, guys.
I love Nancy for that. Nancy had not a care in the world. She's like, I'm going to pull a gun on this guy that I kind of like. Get out of here.
She's get out right now.
So real for that. I kind of love her for that.
That's so silly slay of her.
It's so incredible.
Poor Steve he just stumbled in on that just because he fell
Steve
for
was
a
like,
girl.
hey, what's going on, guys? And Nancy was like, I'm pulling a gun on you. And he's like, what?
It's valid. I mean, he thought she was cheating on him.
Yeah.
And, you know, poor guy had fallen for this girl. He didn't want to get her.
I don't even know if at this point he thought she was cheating. I think he thought there was like something weird going on. I think he was starting to catch on. Because then the lights start flickering.
Oh, maybe he thought that like Jonathan was like kidnapping her.
We have to rewatch season 1 and then come back.
I can't really fully remember either.
I do not remember. Yeah. But anyway, we're getting off topic, but we have like 3 minutes left, so that's okay. The aesthetic of season 1, kind of unmatched. Because I forgot every season, I feel like the tropes with each season are that Nancy has to get a gun, Steve has to get beat up.
Yep.
There has to be some sort of mess in the buyer's household. Because season 1, it was the lights, Christmas lights everywhere. Yes. Season 2, it was the drawings. Season 3... Did something happen in season 3? Have I just disproved my own theory? Hold on.
No, doesn't it get destroyed? Or is that the cabin? The cabin gets destroyed, but doesn't something happen?
The cabin gets destroyed because of the mind flayer.
I think something happens there, though. I just can't fully remember.
Yeah. And then season 4, the house doesn't get destroyed, but she's got like the anvil or something to like break the thing up. I don't think it was an anvil. She was just hoisting something up and dropping.
But then they get attacked in season 4.
Oh, yes, and their house gets all shot up.
Yeah. Yeah, and the one guy's like dying in the back seat.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
They have to like bury the body.
I still think it was so funny when that scene was happening. They're like fighting for their lives, and Argyle's putting up like, "Oh, Jonathan's having a party without me. Not cool, dude.
Not cool, dude." They're like, "Drive!"
And they're like, "Drive!" And he's like, "Oh my god, do those guys have guns?
Is that guy dead?"
I love Argyle.
He's so silly.
So silly.
I would get Argyle.
I do hope we see more of him. Although I think it's probably unlikely because if the group is regrouping back in Hawkins.
Yeah.
I mean, he lives in California. He's gonna be like, I can't stay. Or maybe he's just so ride or die. He's like, nah, bro, I'm coming with you, Jonathan, my best friend. I got you covered.
Him and the one girl in the van when they went to visit. Yeah, when they went to go visit Susie. Oh, that's great. I feel
that
like
was so fun.
if I was getting Argyle something, I would get him. I think I'd get him like a Hawaiian shirt, or honestly, I don't smoke weed or anything, but I think I would go and buy him a bong. Just like a cool one.
Like a nice one for his collection.
Yeah,
a nice one
exactly.
Because
Because I would respect the fact that, you know what, if that's your extracurricular activity, yeah.
Real. That might be a bit of an expensive present, though.
True.
I have no idea how much bongs cost.
Me either. I have no idea.
Real.
Like, I know people who have them. I have no idea.
No idea.
And I'm not interested in that.
This is so real. Is there anyone else?
Some people
Nancy, I would get Nancy some ammo, I guess. Some things to use for target practice. I don't know.
I love Nancy. I don't know what I'd get her. I feel like I would get her like I don't know.
I feel like she'd appreciate like some nice business clothes too, because I imagine her
or like a nice leather like work
Ooh,
bag,
yes.
like briefcase,
camera, a typepwriter,
like a typewriter, a
typewriter.
portable typewriter, like a small one that she could like
one that like unfolds and she just like, tap, 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 tap.
She would slay with that.
She would kill.
So good.
Nancy the reporter.
Nancy the reporter.
Big future. I imagine her in a city somewhere.
Yes.
I really do. I imagine her future in a city. She's a strong, independent career woman.
Exactly.
Like breaking news, breaking the lines.
For real. For real.
Oh, is there anything else we'd talk about, or is that the end?
I think that's it, guys.
I think that's it.
That's
this one. I feel like it was kind of all over the place, but it was fun.
Yeah, it was
talking about food.
A lighthearted episode. It's
Christmas.
A tough week out there, guys. It's a lot of campuses are, finishing up for the semester.
Yep.
We're all
Finals.
tired. But we enjoy doing this, so we wanted to do one more episode to round off Peculiar Happenings.
Give us a nice round 6 episodes for the season.
Yes, exactly. But thanks for listening, guys.
Yeah.
And we will be active on Instagram, which I will repeat again is Peculiar Happenings _podcast. You'll see intro posts that we've made. You will see all explanations for the other episodes we have out. Radiothon that we did.
Yes, Radiothon. Which we'll probably post some stuff when the other episodes get uploaded, because I know we're still waiting for, I think, the Nancy News report to get uploaded.
Yes, and I'm going to make
the
thing tonight.
Yeah, yes, the thumbnail for Robin and Eddie, the dynamic duo. That should also be out soon.
And we will be making content on the Instagram.
Yep.
Be looking out for Dan the Demogorgon.
Dan the Demogorgon. I will, you know what I'll do? When I go home, I will take Dan with me when I go out with my friends or when I go out in general, and I'll put him around in places.
Exactly.
Yeah.
We'll have some stuff. Don't you worry.
There'll be some stuff going on.
We will not just disappear.
This is so true.
And we'll be back next semester with season 2.
With even more cool stuff.
Even more content. And more rambles.
Oh, always. Always the rambles.
Always the rambles.
All right, so that does it for tonight's episode of Peculiar Happenings. Happy holidays.
Happy holidays, folks.
I hope everyone has some nice holidays, has some good food, has some nice time with family, or failing that, has some nice time just sitting, doing whatever you like best, and not having to talk to anyone.
Yes, and take some time for yourself. The holidays can be hard for people.
I hope.
But we will be thinking of you.
Yes, always.
May the force be with you.
May the force be. Hey, that's the wrong franchise. But you know what? Close
Sorry,
enough.
guys.
Still 80s. Close enough.
Close enough.
All right. Goodbye.
Adios.